Bipolai, I have Asperger syndrome, and I want to talk about a thing that I've noticed in my life that I don't have any clue if this is true with other Aspies. I just want to bring this up in a video. I get movies and plays better than other people, seemingly. I get into them easier, and I stay connected to them and feel for the characters and so on more than other people. And I want to make a video talking about why that is, or my theory on that. And also I want some opinions on you guys if you feel the same way, because I have no idea if this is an Aspie thing or just me. But here's my theory on this. Back in the day, when people started making plays and so on, well, plays probably been around forever, but you know, they had plays and so on, they make up their faces to be over the top. They, you know, if they were a pale character, they made their face completely white. They painted their face white and made their lips bright red, like put lipstick around their mouth even. And the reason why was so that people in the back could see their expressions and see the fact that it was a human face, like just recognize the fact that, you know, humans look for eye, mouth. We see that in knots in walls and tree trunks and other places with knots. And, you know, just staring into the darkness makes us see faces. We recognize faces easily. So they utilize that and make up your makeup very obvious. And they started talking very loudly and express themselves so that you could see it from far away. When they started making movies, they were black and white, obviously, with no audio. So they couldn't express themselves with words. So they started, you know, miming, basically. They used a lot of body language. It was a lot of slapstick and all that stuff. It was a very visual aspect of storytelling. When they started making actual movies, you know, with audio and so on, and nowadays, the thing is, while some actors are good actors, they're still acting, and there's a part of it that is supposed to be overacting, and that's why overacting exists, and why so many people who overact are considered the good actors. Like if you look at Danny DeVito, for example, you wouldn't, if you logically think about it, say that he's a good actor, but he is. But he's overacting. The point I'm making is that movies and plays and such are made specifically for people who don't get emotions and social cues and audio cues and facial expressions, simply because of the fact that they're acting. You know, there's acting going on, and acting is by default something overly expressive. You can, you know, if you're someone in a movie or a TV show is thinking, they go, Whilst in real life, they might just go, Hell, they probably won't even say the part. I think that movies are made to get, you know, they're made so that you can get the emotions in them. And why an Aspie probably gets that better than normal people is because we don't pick up social cues like normal people do. We don't just instantly pick them up. We have to learn ourselves to pick up social cues. Most of the time we don't pick up social cues because they're very faint and some people try to hide them. That's why when someone is lying in a TV show and the script tells you that you're supposed to be able to tell that they're lying, it's kind of obvious that they're lying. However, in real life, if someone's lying, it's kind of difficult to tell. Because it's more of an emotional response rather than an act. So, if you have Asperger's like me, you have to train yourself to see the social cues that others take for granted. And when they show them in movies, they're very over the top. And you just get them easier. And because of that, I think I just sink into a movie easier. I think I just get it. whilst Katarina, my girlfriend, can sit next to me in the sofa with, you know, her iPod up and looking at Instagram or reading a book or something while watching a movie, and somehow still getting the movie basically as well as me, which always confused me because I stare at the movie. I don't like anyone talking to me. I want the room good lighting, but not too bright, not too dark. I don't really like eating at the same time unless it's a, you know, easygoing movie. I really focus on a movie, and I don't know if that's me or if it's my Asperger's, but my logic is sound, and therefore I want to know if you feel the same way, if you have Asperger's, because that would be interesting. The fact that we don't pick up social cues, but we can see them simply because we know them. For example, if you are not used to social cues, I've looked into body language and so on. I've tried to learn that stuff. However, if you're an Aspie and you simply haven't tried to learn that stuff and you don't care about other people, do you get movies very well? Or do you miss that as well? When you think about it, that's interesting concept, because that means that you can trick Aspies by acting. Simply because they have trained themselves to get the cues that you're faking. Which would mean that Aspies are more susceptible to lies. And that's an interesting point, because I've always said that I'm very blue-eyed, and I don't mean literally. I mean, if people tell me something, I believe it. And it's most noticeable at like a workplace when someone does a joke and they tell me to put something in something or do something to something, and I just go, okay, and then they have to actually explain, no, I'm just joking, don't do that. I'm gullible, and I wonder if that is because I don't pick up the cues that they're acting. You could say that I don't pick up the lies, but isn't that what a lie is? Acting? Or I could be talking out of my butt. I mean, ass. Anyway, okay, that's me. I'm gonna end this video. And you just watch this awesome extra and enjoy the little dancing men. So, bye. Flamengo, minha paixão. Minha paixão. Mengão, minha paixão.